welcome back to Python Pop, a series of quick videos explaining different Python functions and commands. And in today's video, we're going to go over the get method for a dictionary versus just using brackets. What's the difference when trying to find the value of a given key? So let's go ahead and start by making up a dictionary. I've already typed it, so I'll go ahead and paste it in. And it's going to be called the grade book. We have a student's name and the score they currently have. So you can see we have Elena at 90, Brian at 75, Crystal at 85, and David at 83. So I'll go ahead and store this dictionary. Now, if I were to try to look up a student that wasn't necessarily in the grade book, if I used the bracket method, I would type the dictionary name, gradebook, and looking up the student's name, let's say that there was an Aaron in the class, you can see that this key is not in my dictionary itself. So when I try to find the value of that key, we're going to get a key error. However, if I were to use the get method, when I use our dictionary, which is called gradebook.get, and I want to look up Aaron, even though that person is not in the dictionary, we're not going to get an error. But what exactly did it return? It returns none. And let's see, does this actually change our gradebook? Let's go back into our gradebook and let's print out the gradebook keys. Did it add a new key? Let's find out. You can see I did not change the key, but we still returned none. Now, the other awesome thing about using the get method is that we can change the default value. It doesn't necessarily have to give us none. We can say gradebook.get and type a student's name. Let's change it up. Let's go with Faith. So we can change that default value by setting it after we type the key. We'll have a comma and then the default value. So let's have the default value have a 0 in this case, because if the student doesn't exist, they should have a 0 for their grade. And you can see that it outputs 0. So when we don't put a default value with the get method, it simply outputs none. However, when we do, it will output that default value when the key is not in the dictionary. If the key was in the dictionary, remember we had the name Elena in our dictionary. Even though I enter some default value, let's set that default value to 0 again, it's going to go into the dictionary and return the actual value because that key is indeed present in our gradebook dictionary. Now, of course, you could easily solve this key error with a try except. For example, you could say something like try gradebook brackets the key Aaron, and if you got an error, then we could recognize that exception and set a default value. However, this get method already handles that for us. And with that, we wrap up our quick Python Pop video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Also in the comments below, if you think of any other pros or cons to using the get method versus using brackets when looking up a value of a key in a dictionary, go ahead and let me know. But as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Happy learning!